Hey there, welcome to the ultimate guide to one of the most exciting and sometimes nerve-wracking moments in the home buying or selling journey, the closing. Now you might be wondering, what even happens at closing? Do I just sign a stack of papers and get the keys? Well, yes and no. There's so much more to it, and understanding this process can save you time, stress, and even money. Whether you're a first-time home buyer trying to figure it all out, a seller preparing to hand over the keys, or just someone curious about how the real estate world works, this video is for you. By the end, you'll have a crystal clear understanding of every step so you can walk into closing day feeling like a pro. And here's the kicker. I'm not just going to walk you through the steps. I'm also sharing my top tips to make the process smoother and avoid common pitfalls. So if you're ready to take the mystery out of the closing and walk away with confidence, let's dive in. All right, let's start with the basics. What is closing anyway? Simply put, closing is the final step in a real estate transaction where ownership officially transfers from the seller to the buyer. It's like the finish line of a marathon, but with a lot of paperwork instead of a medal. At closing, you'll meet key players like your real estate agent, the title company representative, and sometimes an attorney or a lender. Each of them plays a vital role in ensuring everything is accurate, legal, and ready to go. It's all about crossing the T's and dotting the I's so you can walk away with the keys to your new home. The day before closing. Pack and prepare. Ensure all your belongings are packed and the home is ready to hand over to the buyer. Don't forget to check storage areas, attics, and basements to make sure that nothing gets left behind. Complete agreed repairs. Any repairs agreed upon in the contract should be completed before the buyer's final walkthrough. Double check your to-do list to avoid last-minute issues that a buyer might flag during their walkthrough. Clean thoroughly. Leave the home in as good as or better condition than when it was when the buyer signed the agreement. A clean home creates goodwill and ensures a smoother closing. Day of closing. The final walkthrough. The buyer will inspect the home to confirm its condition aligns with the agreement. If they find issues, it could delay closing, so ensure everything is in order. Leave agreed items. Items negotiated to remain with the property, such as appliances, light fixtures, or garage door openers, must stay. Missing items can trigger disputes or delays in closing. The signing process. Bring a valid photo ID. All sellers must present a government-issued ID to sign the documents. Always ensure that your ID is valid and hasn't expired. I can remember a time where a client provided a license by mistake that had expired a year ago. Thankfully, her son was nearby and he was able to go pick up her updated license for us to proceed with closing. Unfortunately, until a valid ID is in hand, we will not be able to proceed with signing documents, as these documents weigh heavily on us verifying your identity before signing and acknowledging those signatures. Required attendance. All parties listed as sellers must be present unless other arrangements like a power of attorney have been approved in advance. If approved, we must be sure to also bring the original copy of the power of attorney, as we'll need these for recording purposes. Understand the documents. Settlement professionals will explain each document. Don't hesitate to ask questions if something is unclear. Provide bank information. Bring your proceed disbursement instructions or a voided check so funds can be transferred to your account promptly. Wait for recording. In Virginia, the recording of documents typically happens within 24 to 48 hours. Funds will be dispersed after this step. Now for the buyer's side. The day before closing. Wire closing funds. Confirm the exact amount needed with your lender and the settlement company. Wire the funds a day or two before closing to avoid delays. It's better to overestimate slightly to cover last-minute changes, and any excess funds will be refunded anyways. If there are still additional funds needed, typically you can bring a personal check to cover the difference if it's approved. Power of attorney. If you're using a power of attorney, ensure it's approved by your lender and the settlement company in advance. This avoids any legal hiccups on closing day. If approved, be sure to also bring the original copy of the power of attorney, as we will need these for recording purposes. Review your documents. Go through the closing disclosure and any other documents sent by your lender. Verify loan terms, closing costs, and other details to ensure accuracy before closing. The day of closing. Final walkthrough. Inspect the property to verify that the agreed upon repairs are completed and that the property is in expected condition. Check for any missing items that were supposed to stay with the home. Have you experienced any issues at walkthrough that either delayed or almost delayed your closing? Share your story in the comments, what issues arose, and how they were resolved. Confirm all items are present. Ensure appliances and other negotiated items are still on site. Document any discrepancies immediately with your real estate agent and speak to the lender and settlement company if any delays will be expected while these items are being addressed. E-sign early documents. Many lenders allow you to electronically sign some of your documents before the official closing. Doing this beforehand helps speed up the in-person process. Signing process. Bring a valid photo ID. Ensure your ID meets the requirements of your lender and the settlement company. This is something that's non-negotiable. Sometimes the lender will even require a second form of ID, so be sure to ask ahead of time. Required attendance. All buyers and co-signers must attend closing in person unless specific arrangements have been made and approved beforehand, such as a power of attorney. Ask questions. Settlement professionals will guide you through the signing process. Don't rush. Take your time to read and ask questions about anything you don't understand. Everyone is involved here to help. Document recording. After signing, the documents are sent for recording, which officially transfers ownership to you and puts the world on notice. Once recorded, you're the legal owner of the property. Congratulations! You now have a complete roadmap for closing day. Remember, preparation is your best friend. From the final walkthrough to signing the last document. By staying informed and proactive, you'll walk away with confidence and hopefully the keys to your dream home. If you found this guide helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who's about to close on a home of their own. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'd love to help. Thanks for stopping by. I'm Ken Grogan, your VA title guy.